Good evening. Welcome to another Disney Afternoon live reading with me, RDV. I just want to read some more of the Don Rosa Library. Don Rosa Library, we're on volume, I believe we're on volume 3 now. The Donald's Uncle Scrooge reading. So, without further ado, we're gonna get that going here, and I'll jump right into it. Alrighty then. Share my screen here. Get me off here and share screen. One-man person, so I read everything here. All right. You guys are having a great Saturday night. All right. Uncle Scrooge and Donald Duck. Treasure Under Glass, the Don Rosa Library, Volume 3. And you can pick these up individually. You can order these through Comixology, or you can on Amazon, or you can pick for like $420 for a digital copy, or you can go and get a physical copy, which I think is like over $100. I was just trying to go through in-stock trades. Sometimes you get them cheaper. Yeah, these are reprinted by Fantagraphics books. All right. We're not going to read all of these, obviously. There's a bunch here. There's 188 pages. I'll try to get there at least 60 of them. All right, we got a preface here, but we're not going to read this. All right, on to the stories. The Master... Donald Duck Adventures. The Master Landscape Artist. Donald Duck in? Yeah, yep, there you go. The Master Landscape Artist.
Look here. Here goes Uncle Donald in his truck. On his way to the latest landscaping job, no doubt. Yeah. Everybody in Duckburg is waiting to get on the client list. Whose line are you turning into a masterpiece today, Uncle Donald?
Huh, this is a job I've been waiting for. Hop in. I'm on my way to the mayor's estate. He needs his yard beautified for a big social event this afternoon. And anybody will be there. And when they see what the place the mayor's lawn is, they'll all be clamoring for my services. The party
is this afternoon? Will you have time to finish work?
Tut. My landscaping methods are the quickest because they're the newest, and I should know. I made them up myself just last week. There's the mayor's estate right now.
Wow, that sounds bad.
Shortly. We're so pleased you could help us in such short notice, Mr. Duck. Oh, yes, we'll want our plan to be perfect when the guests arrive for our fox hunt. A high society fox hunt? So that's what you're holding. Yes, sir. The stage the best fox hunts around.
It's even a pleasure for the fox.
Let me show you what needs to be done. That's quite a cat, Mrs. Mayor. Yes. But Gretchen is getting old and nearsighted. She was quite a mouse in her youth.
Wow.
There you have it, Mr. Duck. Ah, yes, the canvas for my artistry. The clay for my gifted fingers. Out on the cold lawn, there are 2 trees that need trimming and a rose vine that needs training. Check. The koi pond is a mess, all choked with algae, and that nearby bush needs shaping up. Check. And the grass needs a precision cutting, being careful to trim neatly around the stepping stones to the kennel. Check. And the grass near the stables needs to be cutting, but you can't use any loud machines because you upset the horses so close to the hunt. And check. I'll get right to it.
How's that job sound, Uncle Donald?
More than a mere mortal landscapist could handle, but for me, it's a cinch. First, I must cut the grass near the stables without making a sound.
Jeepers, how can that be done?
Just like when I mow the lawn of the Duckburg Library, I use rabbit power. The horses have pillows. He does it, Rose. Rose, do your horses have pillows? Are they spoiled like these ones? This horde of hungry hares is trained to munch grass down to the exact 3 centimeters, and they don't so much belch. Munch, 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 munch. Wait, is this the first time we've had duckies and bunnies on the screen? Oh, Amy's gonna be so mad that she's not here.
How about this mess of rose vines along the croquet field?
That goes for my knitting needles. Last week I knitted some into ivy, into a hammock. This calls for even more of my talents. How's that for a crochet?
Splendid, remarkable, magnificent. These ratty-looking little trees are next.
Stand aside, infant. Master landscape artist at work. How you doing there today, pal? You think the Duckburg Gladwells have a chance at the Pennant this year? Don't flinch, sport, or you might lose a twig.
I can always smell the talcum powder and cologne. That's a bug duster and a fertilizer.
Next. The manicure of these flagstones.
Wow, he's not cutting the grass. He's filing each blade with an emery board. What's next? This gas that get pushed by the pond?
Yes, this has possibilities. Snip, 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 snip. Wait till the mayor's guests see this. They'll want to pot it and haul it away to the museum.
Breathtaking. I would agree, but I'm out of breath. Uncle Donald, you finally found the tree you're brought for.
No time for autographs. I must clean the koi pond.
I didn't even ask for a simple change of water.
Pile those lily pads up so I can clean the algae off them. This old washing machine is ideal for that sort of thing.
Has anyone seen the big bullfrog that was here? Oh my gosh, I hope this isn't him.
Don't worry, here he is. Oh, it's pretty soaking him. He's angry. Look at the wonderful job that Mr. Duck is doing, Gertrude. Yes, but he hasn't cut the grass yet, and it's late. All right.
The mayor said that the guests arrive in half an hour, Uncle Donald. How will you get this entire lawnmower by then?
Fear not, microbes. I use the latest in self-propelled mowers. But time is getting short. I operate these two monsters together, and I'll cut the grass in half my time all the time.
Why not let us run one more for you?
Bah! An artist never allows the Philistines to touch a brush to his canvas. Stand back.
Disaster looms.
First, I'll do the trimming around the pond. And now the croquet lawn.
Uncle Donald, wait! This is too important for you. Please, let us help before.
I told you ships be gone. Crack. Crack. My foot is gone.
That was the throttle lever he broke. We'll never catch him.
How embarrassing. I wonder if Rembrandt had ever got his foot caught in a paintbrush. Stop, you grass-eating juggernaut. Oh, that's what everything gets destroyed. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Brace yourself, Uncle Donald.
Why, what's going to? Boom.
What a struck a lot. The Mars collided before they did too much damage.
Yeah, I feel like the look is stuck on Earth. Do I look it? Let's repair the damage before the mayor comes out. Let's see what all the noise was. I'm going out to see what all the noise was. What on earth? Oh no. That is bad.
Wow!
Look, Gretchen, Gertrude, stop. Remember your bad hip. Oh, so that's the guy saying the cat. That's the cat there. She's still up there. Gertrude, stop. Remember your bad hip.
Well,
Shh. Oh no, there goes all the bunnies. The dogs, the horses. Oh no. There goes the dogs. They can tell you. Oh my gosh. Even Huey and Dewey ran into each other. Or Huey and Louie. And there's one anger habit. I love these. Here's the mayor's entrance to the mayor's estate. I can't wait to see his lawn. As I hear that the nervous Donald Duck is doing his landscaping. My word, is this the right address? Yes, the mayor's mansion. Oh my god. The horses are escaping. They're still chasing the dog and chasing the rabbits over the fence. The wall. To be fair though, this wasn't Donald's fault at all. This was the wife's. So if they get mad at him, I'll get really mad. But look at this yard. Ho, ho, ho. That do you think?
hey, Mr. Mayor, what you doing? Walking your dogs?
As a matter of fact, I am. Or hunting for a certain master landscapers. What are you children doing out so late?
Just taking in the night air.
He's got McDonald's. Lev, they brought this hamburger for me. It's gonna be a long winter if you don't stop by being so grabby. Some gratitude there was. No fox hunt? Was there? No. Problem is that he didn't cause a mess. The wife did. Oh, justice for Donald Duck. Uncle Scrooge on Stolen Time. $100 bills. They're all marked. I love these. What a job. Uncle Scrooge wants me to inventory all the large bills in the bin. There's not enough time in the world for this job. Whew, I oughta. Oh no. Forgot this is the Beagle Boy story. My R.I.P. to my voice. Click. Huh? Uncle Scrooge, come quick. Those terrible Beagle Boys just stole a huge pile of cash from inside your bin. Impossible. Impossible. How could they get in there without us seeing them? This is the only door. Have you popped up cooked, nephew? There's no one here. I told you it's impossible.
But look, Uncle Scrooge, there is a big section of greenbacks missing.
Yes, what are good?
Boop.
Are you Scroogey? Click. Wow. It happened again. The Beagles were here for an instant and then they vanished. And so did another pile of my cash. Yes, that's for the hidden door. They must be have caught into the bin. I'm going to call the police. Wham. Caro, Gillis, what do you want? Mr. McDuck, I thought I'd better warn you. The Eagle boys are just broke into my laboratory.
Huh?
And they stole my latest and greatest invention, my stopwatch betting. I'm so sorry to break this to do. You gotta, my stopwatch has been around for years. Not like this one. Whoever uses my stopwatch can stop time. Time would stand still for them. The only Beagle's going to rob you blind when it isn't. Stop for the catfish. That's what's happening. Not anything they've been with this time. What stopwatch? The time stopper. There's one catch to work though. When they stop time, everything is frozen solid. The Beagle Boys can't even move a feather for a dust speck until they turn time back on. Then how do we? They're stealing my money. They need to turn the watch on and back on and up again once they're near their money. Anything within 10 minutes of the stopwatch would be unaffected. What if it simply blocked the doorway? You're right, Mr. McDuck. In frozen time, the Beagle Boys won't be able to click. Ha ha, Scrooge. Look, old Scrooge is trying to block the door. Yeah, that careless guy must have tipped him about the stopwatch. No threat. We'll just climb over them. Easy for you. You lost 5 pounds during your last stretch at the pen. Okay, turn off the stopwatch so we can grab more of this dough that Scrooge was nice enough to have stacked for us. Hey, it's them again. Hey, Sam again. Grab. Pick. Now we can snatch all the cash that was within 10 meters of us when I stop time. Otherwise, it'd be immovable as a rock of a Gilbertchar. Gilbertchalder? We had a deal, stealing Scrooge's money right out from under his beak. And we had all the time in the world for it to do it. I'm gonna leave some calling cards for Scroogey. Come on, we'll turn the time back on when we get back to our hideout. Kick. Get past us if we're standing here in the doorway. I think they've already been gone. Here we go, Gyro. How do you know? Just an inch. Hunch. Uncle Scrooge, the Beagle says, "Hi there, nephew. They're stealing me blind, using Gyro's time-stopping gizmo."
Time stopping invention. That explains everything. How can we fight that?
Simply close the vault door, Mr. McDuck. They can't open or break through the door in the time-free state. But I can't leave the vault shut forever.
I assume they're swiped the money by enveloping in the power of a stopwatch.
Right, like anything within 10 meters will be outside of their time freeze.
So that's it. We have a plan. We'll trick the bigger boys next time they come here to swipe your money.
I love how they live in the little light bulbs. Like, yeah, we're with them too. Too late. Never mind. Just hurry. Having stashed their booty, the bigger boys soon return for more. This is close enough. Punch the stopwatch and freeze everything. Look at that. The careless guy is leaving. Oh, nice of it. Nice of him to hold the door open for us. I press vous. I butchered that. Either boy Scrooge looks like he knows we finally licked him. Ha ha! It can't stop us. We're invincible. Where are the other ducks? Scrooge probably sent him home. He's not the one to waste paychecks in a doomed business. Ha ha ha! This is so easy. I'm almost ashamed of myself. But then, not quite. Push the button and unfreeze it so we can gloom this lovely dough. All right.
Surprise!
I have a good mind to report you to the Society to Prevent Cruelty Burgers. Freeze them. Take this, ducks. You forget. We're too close. You've frozen time, but we're inside the stopwatch or with you. Foul. And run. We got to get away from those ducks so they'll follow us back to the hideout.
If they get more than 10 meters away from us, they can put us in the flame freeze too. After them.
Drat. That's Scrooge. He heard us screaming during that moment of unfrozen time. I do. I love that. A real wise guy. Run. We gotta get some distance between us and those ducks. Good old Gyro. He made sure the doors stayed open so we could chase the beagles. Their cachet.
Watch out, Uncle Donald.
Oh, yeah, he hit a frozen butterfly. What happened?
You expect a low-flying butterfly. Watch out for stuff like that the first time. Hurry!
Look, show near the city park. Let's lose those ducks in the ground. Right. This isn't what I had quite in mind. Keep running. We'll think of something else. We'll cut through the park. And there's plenty of room to run like antelopes. Big, fat, overweight antelopes.
What will these poor people think with time freeze and they find footprints all over their kissers?
Look, the beagles are halfway around the pond. That's over 10 meters away.
We'll have to take a shortcut.
Hey, the ducks are nowhere inside. Push the wash send twice and they'll be frozen in time. No, wait, it's too late. That's right. In time, free running on this pond is like running on bedrock. Well, the fish is gonna get a dragonfly on the right.
Get up, Uncle Don, hurry!
These darn kids today in their sailboats. What's that ahead? A parking place cleaning up litter without a trash with a trash blower. Trash blower? That's weird. Oh, brother, we should have gone around this mess. Watch those candy cane wrappers. They're as sharp as knives. Those ducks are right on our tail. What do we do now? There's your answer. The flock of pigeons. So what? Who are you, the butter man of Alcatraz? No, but follow me. This is our staircase to freedom. Yo. My beloved is never gonna believe this. We're too short to climb this bird ladder. They're getting away. Ha ha. What? We did it. We're way over 10 meters away from these paths. Press the watch and unfreeze time. No, are you nuts? If you unfreeze these pigeons, we'll fall and break all of our hips, 6 of our hips. Dread, he's right. Keep climbing. They're climbing the pigeons over that wall.
They're throwing the pigeons over their wall.
Split up. Maybe one of us can catch up to them on the other side. And we're back on solid ground. Push that button. Too late. There they come. 3 skirts out on our trail. Hey, I can't run on a step. Let's give up. Wait, I have an idea. That cannot fail. Follow me.
They ran across the grassy area and stopped. Maybe they're giving up. Come on.
Boom.
Ouch. Oh, my poor little raptors. Don't run into that grass. With time frozen, it's like a few of the razors. And the beagles had it on shoes. We need some shoes fast. Shoes for these feet? Dream on. Besides, everything is frozen. We're lit.
It worked. Those little runs can't run on the grass. Push the stop button twice and they'll be frozen in time. Right.
You won't get away with this, you.
What were they saying? Seems they were stuck in their thoughts. Now we can stroll back before we can unfreeze time again. Yo, Luke. It's Scrooge's, Scrooge's funky. He must have circled around from the other direction. Run. Relax. He's frozen. He can't you see? Yeah. You pesky do-gooder. Have a stack of our cards. Ha 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 ha. I just wish I could see his face when we unfreeze time and he finds out a pile of cards on his beak. Ha ha. Boy, will he be so sore. Yeah, we'll be safe in our hideout in the old abandoned skunk old factory when that happens. Ha ha. Later, back every time is put back into motion. So from now on, we just have to be careful that Scrooge doesn't have somebody hiding in the money again. We do that, and we can go back to the clean and cause money bin. Listen, our intruder alert warning. Clang, clang, clang. Yo, it's Scrooge. I'll have you now, villains. Your little stealing spree is over. There's even a rat. That's funny. Quick, freeze time. Right. We made sure nobody could sneak up to us within 10 meters. It worked. But how did he find us? Who knows? We'll have to pack it up and move our base of operation. Bleh. Move our booty down to the truck and we'll go make a clean getaway. Thought you had us, eh? You old turnip squeezer. Hey, this truck is locked. No, it's in time freeze, remember? Once we load it in the cash, we'll unfreeze it and hop in and we'll take off like demons. Those marbles? Yeah, it looks like marbles. We'll be out of sight by the time Scrooge realizes what happened. Ha ha ha. Hey. Keep it coming. I say, I don't recall this road being a little cobblestones. This is the last load, and I'll even left Scrooge another load of calling cards. Whoa. Okay, I get ready to turn on the switch off. Turning off the stopwatch. No, wait, don't. Yo, wow, whoa. Boom.
You played record, Scrooge. The bigger boys turned time back on and froze the marbles they were standing on and knocked themselves out. I could call the police.
Those dopes never suspected I was faking when they thought I was in a time freeze.
And they never saw you follow them to their hideout. The stopwatch is broken. That's that.
Your money is saved, and we've recovered the stolen cash, Uncle Scrooge. Aren't you happy?
Why haven't you said anything?
I wanted to make sure that these bigger boys couldn't see me first. I guess it's getting dang embarrassing. Yes. So we're on page 33. Okay, cool. All right. What's going on in the chat here? Hey, for those who are watching the vertical stream, and I would suggest go over to the horizontal one, which is linked and pinned in the chat messages. So in the horizontal chat, what we got going here? We got Desert Rose, and we got Austin, and we got Theo Dragon. What is up? Yeah, the Clock King powers up. All right. Uncle Scrooge and Treasure Under Glass. The Florida Keys, the chain of islands on the southern tip of Florida, was once part of the Spanish Main, and the ancient route of the treasure galleons for the New World. But nowadays, most ships plying these waters are on a mission for pleasure, not treasure. I don't know. Yo ho ho, blow the man down. Yes, travelers now seek only a carefree vacation amid surface on.
Yo ho ho, blow the man down.
Unless perhaps the ship's port of registry is Dugbur, you say. Hey! I didn't hire a barbershop quartet. You're supposed to be searching for sunken ships, not perfect pitch.
Give us a break, Scrooge. We've been looking for salvage for weeks. Not a shipwreck hidden below the land has been searched. Every shipwreck not hidden below the sand has been searched for a dozen times by other treasure hunters.
Click. Salvagers have barely found a fraction of the billions of lost treasure below these waters.
Or?
Yeah, how would you know? Because I spent months in Spain, at the Archival de los Inanitas in Sevilla. I studied tons of worm-eaten and blog books from the treasure galleons and the treasure salvers of the 1600s. Those flying fish? Yeah, they have wings. What? They had treasure hunters back then? Certainly. Yeah, those abodes that when a ship packed with gold sank, they just forgot about it. Spain had a fleet of treasure salvage on ships The captain of the flagship, Francisco Million, had a contract with the king, Philip the Fourth, or Fifth. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the Roman numerals. To salvage the lost treasure, Armada 1622. In those days, they knew exactly where the treasure ships sank. They could even see them in the shallow waters.
If that's true, how come there's any treasure left to find now? Why didn't they retrieve it all 300 years ago?
They would have. Well, they had no modern diving gear. Oh, they had lung power. Actually, the Captain Million did invent one of the first diving bells. Well, the man couldn't leave the bell without breathing equipment. All they could do was take a quick look before their hair went still.
Well, we have diving gear. Didn't they make any maps of the wreck sites?
Excellent maps, but they were all lost in 1655. With those charts, I could have found every lost bullion in the West Indies. In Dublin. I know I'm butchering these words.
Here's another old shipwreck. Now, should we check it? Might as well. There's still a bit of air in today's tanks.
There's another boat off a port, Uncle Scrooge. Other divers? I better check. Some of the local treasure hunters are mighty competitive. Oops. Hey, look, Captain Kuna. Some weekend treasure hunters are down by the edge of the reef.
Let me see, Conchi.
But this tour is not this is your territory.
I'll teach them that Barry Kuda is the only treasure hunter in this piece of ocean.
Even the fish don't like him. Why bother? The wreck they're driving in is an empty hulk.
I don't care. I don't like being crowded.
Captain, we scuttle every treasure on our ship that comes near here. Is it worth it? And we hardly found anything but old anchors and cannons.
I know there's dozens of treasure galleons hidden beneath the coral sand hereabouts, and I'm gonna be the swab that figures out how to find them.
I love how the birds is kind of like with the kid. Like, okay. Well, what's the stuff here, Captain?
Meat scraps from the gallery. Remember how sharks gather by the reef over there? Well, this appetizer will stir those sharks up for good.
Hey, you maniac! What's the idea, you maniac? I have divers down there.
There's no law says we can't feed the fishies, you old coot.
Oh, me. Oh, my. This is bad. Meanwhile, several fathoms below.
It's just another empty radio, Barku barbecue. Maybe it was one of them that cut the core for building ports and the keys where they had their stone. Yeah, I've heard of coral barbecues.
What? Did somebody order out for lunch?
Yeah, saw none of speeders jumping meat.
Look how the sharks are coming out of the reef.
Swim for cover.
You hoodlums, stop! Oh, God, the curse God. We better skedaddle, Captain.
Don't worry, Conchi. This souped up skiff is the fastest thing in the Keys. Nobody can catch us unless they chase us to the ends of the world.
My poor nephews.
That's trapped down there, and I'm powerless to help.
My ear's running out. This looks like curtains. What's that? Looks like a window to the hunk of a corral. It's a window. This isn't an alcora. It's something off that shipwreck. Looks like there's air in there. Is that possible? It better be possible because that's our chance. Here's a way in. Psh. What is this? We're in? Is it even has seats?
Maybe it's Davy Jones' locker room. Who cares? There's air in here.
Not much effort or painting for painting ducks. We're still in a pickle. Maybe Uncle Scrooge can see us.
What have they called into? It's covered with coral growths, but what's in the top? A chain. Whatever it is, a chain attached to it. It's got a chain that maybe I can snake it with an anchor.
Look, he's got a hold of that chain. Attaboy, Uncle Scrooge. What a guy.
Fish? Like what the heck? Ah, brother, and it's heavy, but it's all coming up. Relatives at all.
Hooray for Uncle Scrooge. No duck desserts for the sharks today.
Hey, welcome, Miss Scorpus. I dived back from that 17th shipwreck.
We were out breathing 300 old air. It did smell clean.
Look at the name on the bill. That Candelaria. Ho ho. That Candelaria was a Captain Milan's flagship. It was sunk by Dutch letters in 1655. And here it lies. And this is better than a dozen treasure galleons. Captain Million had the spell to cash for bronze. This was his diving bell I told you about. And Spanish treasure hunters used this for decades, searching out the mapping. Every sunken ship, treasure ship, Spanish or otherwise, in the Indies. Somewhere around that shipwreck, on the charts pinpointing to every lost treasure galleon in colonial America. Maps to dozens of gold coins, silver bars, church plate, and Jews.
Jeepers.
Well, here my take. I can go back down for a new private elevator. I'm going with you, kids. Watch out for those pirates in the speedboats.
Aye, aye.
Soon. This is great. We can slip inside the galleon before the sharks get near us. Look out for the captain's quarters. That's where the charts will be.
There's it.
Oh, here it is. I should have known. Any church that here was dissolved hundreds of years ago. What's that on the wall? Something painted and carved into wood. What does the description say? A map by de los barcos and hundidos. A map of sunken ships. That's it. I can't make it out. There's too much stuff going on all over it. Don't touch it. You'll crumble the mush. The look on their faces, I love it. Yep. Yo, this running hunk is no protection for those monsters. Head for the bell.
Something selfish. Those two details are after we captured our first men. Process here, we activate the winch.
Ow! Yipes!
Ah, Peter, you so big sardines. Your oracles are not on your menu.
He's shortly. There it was, right before my eyes. King Philip's lost silver shot. The location of every sunken treasure galleon in the Spanish Main. That a lot of good it is. We can't read it underwater, and it's too raw to move. Not to mention the little matter of the duck-eating fish. I won't give up. I must get the data on the chart. There must be a way to examine it.
If we tried the chart, we could gently brush it off the growths. But it can't be brought up to dry. And it can't be cleaned in the water. The only answer is to drain the ocean. There's a crazy idea.
Yeah, it's so crazy it might work. Uncle Scrooge, what if I solve this problem? I don't do anything. I even give you a 10-cent per hour raise. Oh no, watch out, flying fish. Hey, this would be wrong one. Hey, can't help it, they all look the same. That would be a triumph if not financially. Let's get on to the radio to some factories you own in Miami. That's a wrangle. From nearby boats, sinister eyes continue to observe the activity aboard the Golden Goose too. Hey, country, I recognize that old duck now. That's Scrooge McDuck, the world's richest tycoon. Oh, what's he on to over there? Anything he's after that's got to be big. We'll just let him do the work, then move in when the time's right. Several days later,
Look, Uncle Scrooge, the helicopter's coming.
right on schedule. Oh my God, Captain! I hear weird noises. Chop, 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 chop. What? Chop, 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 chop. Yipes! What is that? Leap for the windjammers. I think I just split my manzo. I'll maneuver them so that we can sink the glass dome just right. Have the glass blowers in Florida passed out for making that thing.
We're done, Uncle Donald. I'll stage a center on the coral and the chandelier.
Great. I think this is Donald. Still? Yes, Donald. Okay, good. Let's try to tell. Once our dome is in place, we'll secure the stakes with steel cables. Nephews, this is the wildest idea you've ever had. But it'll work. You watch.
The preparators are placed and ready to start.
I'm resisting premonitions of disaster. I really am. A long day of preparations passes, but finally the strangest salvage job of all time is ready to go into operation. Turn off the pumps. I'm not certain how much pressure that these stakes in the coral will take. All right, we're all set. Get your gear and get suit up, you swabbies.
David Berowitz.
As soon as your eyes are still observed. I'll be shanghaied if I know what's going on over there. Those ducks have gone back down to that empty wreck. I'm not waiting around any longer. Let's get over there and commandeer the whole shebang. All right, Captain. We'll be aboard their schooner before the McDuck guy even knows what's happening. Meanwhile, in the Spanish Bell, take a gander, kids. This is an idea even gyro girls would be proud of.
You hope.
That's one big ship in a bottle.
Just spray those cables hard.
Is the camera ready?
One at a time and for a film. We're on the bottom. There's a space between the coral and the squeeze it under the dome. Now, this is just like when you hold a drinking glass upside down in a sink full of water. Sure, the air can't get out of the water. Get out of the water in.
And neither can those sharks. Look.
No thanks. That's the same expression I have looking in a candy store window.
Ah, get a load of, get a load of this. Don't take the whole biscuit.
There's the glitter dome beneath the sea. Treasure under the glass.
Finally, said the name. Imagine exploring your sunken ship in our street clothes.
Who would have believed a fish tray like this? They say we're a few jacks short of a full bag.
Let's get to that chart room right away. Topside. Live under the ship, and if you amazing stickers of King Philip's salvage map, that'll be mine. Avast there, you whiskered monkey fish, or monkfish, up against the midson. Look, there's me pirates. Oh, stand in diving bell, Hunchy. I'm going down to see what those ducks have found. Aye, aye, Captain. I mean, that kid's old enough to, I don't know if he's like 20 or whatever, but he's old enough. He seems how stupid he is. To know he's doing something wrong. And below, here's the chart. Now that the algae and slime are dry, we can brush it away. Gently.
Gently. Wow, it's crystal clear. There's hundreds of wreck sites within the map coordinate carved beside each one.
Uncle Scrooge never even had dreams that's so wonderful. Use up the whole roll. Photograph every inch of that chart.
Right.
Finished now. Let's head back.
This camera has the directions of every bit of treasure in the West. Nothing could go wrong.
Well, matey, that sounds like some photos that belong to my souvenir album.
Whack. You can't do this. That's our cat.
Belay that, you sea monkey. You should have kept clear of my shoal. See you topside if you want to risk the swim. You destroyed your gear. What an asshole. Hope he gets eaten by sharks.
There goes the bow. Should we try to swim to the surface?
Through those sharks? I'm too young to be eaten. What are my nephews? I didn't leave them down there. Conchi, if you have what those landlubbers said is true, that filming is the new camera will be lead us to billions in treasure. So long, McDuck. Don't take any wooden peg legs. Come back here, you sea slugs.
There they go. There they go on the speedboat. Our record Scrooge is okay.
It's a cinch. He's better off than we are.
Maybe we are swimming 4 different directions. We'll each be going at least 4 different directions once we tangle with those sharks.
What's that vibration? I was afraid of this. The pinions are pulling out of the coral.
Our sticks are pulling free.
This stone will shoot up like a rocket.
The sea will implode on us like a circular tidal wave.
We'll be squished like bugs.
We have the chance.
We had the chance swimming to the surface. We have no choice. Oh man, there goes the ship. There goes that candelier treasure chart and all smashed to smithereens. Those, wow, sharks alone are scary enough it as. Those like sharks are even extra scary. No thanks. Blorp. Oh, there goes Scrooge's ship. Our diver ducks swim for their lives, but it's through a though someone pulled the drain plug from the sea floor.
There's so many bubbles and soda, I can't tell which way is up.
Whew. We want to ride.
This way? Where's the surface?
And what are the Speedboat Buccaneers? Well, what was that? That giant bell jar flew out of the sea like a kid's peach ball. We're nearly swamped, but the camera's okay. Bell. Let's crack on our sail on and get out of here before the Coast Guard shows up. Har har har. We're away free in our souped up speeder. They couldn't catch us unless they chased us to the edge of the world. Keep saying that. It's the second time you said that. Oh no. Meanwhile, Donald and the kids are getting their gyroscopes back in kilter.
Here.
Everyone's okay, but we need air. That big implosion chased away all the sharks, at least for a mile. We can surface. Uh-oh, that doesn't look so good. Uncle Scrooge, are you all right? Oh, Sharon, I'm having a grand time. But do climb up here and unlash me when you get a free moment.
Sorry about the golden goose, Uncle Scrooge. It doesn't look seaworthy anymore.
Nay, it appears not so. It will not so appear.
Here's a life raft. We can paddle to the Key West in a few hours.
What about those pirates and our camera? Any sign of them?
Now we're inside. Maybe they made a clean getaway.
That's potentially the biggest treasure that has slipped through my fingers. Thanks to your harebrained idea. Oh.
Who's yelling?
Oh.
Guys are coming from that hole in the ocean. Hole in the ocean? Hey, that's our glass dome floating upside down. Well.
What do you know about that? You boys set up our camera and maybe we'll drop a line down to you. And so, what? Bakora, we've been after these men for years, and they sabotage more treasure than ever. The treasure salvage operations, and you can shake a jellyfish at. Always glad to oblige. As a favor, we rushed your film through the police for the lab. Oh, wonderful. Thank you.
These photos are great. You can see every detail in the treasure chart. This data
will keep the fleet of snail ships busy for years. Here are some shots that were in the camera from earlier this week. I risked life and limb as usual and to get those photos for you. So where's my share? I want what's coming to me.
That's okay, Uncle Donald. We help Uncle Scrooge because we love him.
No, you don't guess that's right. He does deserve a little something extra. Hold out your hand, nephew. Swag. Yes, sorry. Always glad to oblige.
All right. I think we'll do a little more story, and then I'll probably call it for the night. So I can go get some food. How is everyone in the chat? I see there was no comments. Everyone's just like got me on the background, I guess, for background music. Oh, yes, boys. I'm rather proud of my collection of trophies from many adventures. Our many adventures, you mean? Uncle Scrooge returned to Xanadu. Like this crown of Genghis Khan, we helped you recover after he stole it. You repaid, nephew, and quite handsomely. A quarter and a nickel per hour is handsome, only if you think Washington and Jefferson are cute.
Uncle Scrooge, you never told us how your agents found the crown.
Didn't I? Well, it all began with the sheriff and a yak farm in the land duck. Atlantic? I read the tale of a goat hunter who found some sort of fancy topper. I figured it is some treasure from the Mongol Emperor. Once we found the goat man, I simply traded him my yak farm for the crown. Scram. I'm like, the crown is lost from my caravan in the Hindu Kush. Well, I recovered it. We.
See if there's anything about the crown in our Junior Woodchuck's menu. It says here that Marco Polo saw the crown during his search for the realm of Prester John in China. That's a fabled land that traveled sought throughout the Middle Ages. Marco Polo claimed to have found the Prester John's land and told Kublai Khan of it when he reached the Cathay. Kublai invaded Tibet and moved into the kingdom. Kublai removed the treasure of the Mongolian Empire for safekeeping since the place was so inaccessible.
The treasure of the biggest empire in history.
Including his grandfather's crown, wherever the crown was, should be the rest of that treasure.
I've had the crown for years. All I even knowing it's a kid in a much vaster grove. You kids are fantastic. Miss Quacker Faster, double on the annual donation to the junior woodchucks of the world.
Yes, sir, that would still be the same also.
Donald, kids, pack your bags. We're off to the Himalayas in search of the treasure of Genghis Khan. Not me. Be a cold day before I ever go on another one of your screwballs treasure hunts, only for 30 cents an hour. Oh, so cold. So cold.
Where are we now, Uncle Scrooge?
Boys, on the foothills between the Himalayas and the Kowloon Mountains, where I once traded yaks so many years ago. This is like old times. That's my old yak company, and that must be the goat hunter who found the crown. Ole, ole. McDonald ducks, yaks. I don't need my ownership. We sell yaks with no yakety yak. I'll shed him the crown. That should jog his memory. So, McDuck, Scrooge. Please tell me he's pointing south. Tell me he's saying he found it under a palm tree.
He's pointing north towards that big mountain.
Son of a biscuit. That's success. I found the ground in an ice cape on the base of Mount Caracal. Did he say Caracal? Or is it the sound of my beak freezing off? Well, even the yak or whatever he's on the bison, he looks depressed. As the days wear on, Donald ponders what the former goat hunter's information cost Uncle Scrooge. All I can say is that guy's a sharper yak trader than you ever were. Gripe, 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 gripe. I think he's healthy. Besides, we're almost there. Watch for a cave in the mountains. I can barely see where I'm going in this blizzard. Eureka! There's a cave between the ice pillars. Come on.
These are nice pillars, Uncle Scrooge.
Oh yeah, ACC.
These aren't ice pillars, Uncle Scrooge. They're ancient Tibetan curtains.
Say what?
That trailmakers. Treasure, sir. This is more than just a cave.
I knew it. It's the engine to the Kublai Khan's Mongolian money bin. Hoo-ha! I just noticed that he has his head tied down. That's funny.
It's a dead end.
No, what's this in the ice? See the remains of the ancient Tikor box, see? That's where the gold hunter pulled the crown from, the ice. The Mongolian treasure must be nearby. Well, I hope there's a throne to go with the crown. I need to sit and rest. Yo!
It broke right through the ice into a larger cave.
I bet it's the treasure of all the cavalry and all the splendor.
Splendor. Looks like a Duckburg sewer to me.
I think that was one of the boys here. It's an underground river.
A walkway carved into a rock. What is it that according to Uncle Scrooge?
It's an ancient cathedral. Whoever so walks this trail beside my sacred river, Elf. Beware the wrath of Kublai Khan.
River Alf? Did you say Alf? It was a miracle of a rare device, a Sunday pleasure dome with caves and ice.
What? Why does it say that?
No, Uncle Scrooge, that's from the poem or the legend of Kublai Khan's palace in the lost valley of Xanadu.
Xanadu, I've heard of that. Living in John. It's in that place.
Alf was the river in the legend. Uncle Scrooge, this is the road to Xanadu. You've hit the jackpot. The most wondrous valley on earth, the land of milk and honey.
Milk and honey and treasure. Lead on. Well, I tell you, who'll get the treasure and who'll end up with a cow juice and bee gravy. Ugh. Gross. Only a timepiece can determine when night falls on the mountains far above. But once it does, what is that poem you mentioned, Huey? What does it tell of Xanadu?
Well, in 1788, Samuel Taylor Coleridge wrote a poem called Kublai Khan, based on what he read in books that were ancient even then. In the 15th century, Samuel Purchas wrote the Xanadu in his travel diaries, books that fascinated Coleridge.
So you win the merit badge in the poetry. I'm so impressed.
Is the poem in your junior woodchuck manual? What do you think? In Xanadu, did Kublai Khan as a stately pleasure dome decree. Right off the sacred river ran through caverns measureless to man, down to the sunless sea. So twice 5 miles of fertile ground, with walls and towers were girdled round, and the gardens bright with sinuous rails, where blossomed many an incense-bearing tree. And here were the forest ancient as the hills, enfolding sunny spots of greenery.
Gosh, that does sound nice. And that place sounds sort of familiar too. Sure, I guess I made the Xanadu and just forgot about it. Go to sleep. Tomorrow's another day. Tomorrow was another day, and another, until Uncle Scrooge, our food is running low. We better turn back.
Hey! There's something up ahead. I think the tunnel ends.
Do you see huge piles of gold and jewels?
Not really.
That ought to be a double job. What do you make of all this? Oh, looks like there used to be a bridge there. It's just starting to turn into an Uncharted game. Looks like that it was a wooden bridge over to the iron doors, but it rotted away centuries ago. What's that up ahead? Ain't some sort of sluice gate for the river water.
That's Kublai Khan's work. All right, he built China's Grand Canal.
And what's beyond the gate?
Here we can lean out and peek through the opening.
Roar.
Wow!
Look at me eyebulbs. It's the sunless sea from that poem. Look at that waterfall. You can see daylight showing on through from up above.
Through wood and dale the sacred river ran, then reached the caverns measureless to man, and sank in the tumult to a lifeless ocean.
Poetry, boy, again.
There's a finer proof, Uncle Scrooge. Xanadu is directly above us.
Yes, I can actually smell the gold and gems nearby. There's a doorway to the Valley of the Treasure, but how do they cross this rushing river?
There's the sluice gate. The water will stop flowing and we'll just walk across.
Yes. I don't think that's a good idea. I think that gate's gonna bust open. Ugh. More.
Squeak, squeak. There, it's shut.
What are we waiting for? Let's go. Look at that bar on the doors. Goodbye, I didn't want anyone getting us at this treasure.
But the bar's on the outside.
Oh.
I Kirby was trying to keep someone from getting out, not in.
Cool. I'll take the chance. Open it. This definitely leads out. Feel the breeze.
Hey, watch the door! Creak!
Clink.
Those doors are hard at an angle to close easily. We're stuck here now.
I'll worry about that later. I sure hope this place is all it's cracked up to be. If it isn't, oh, what a jam we're in. Oh, Rush. That's what you said last time. Last time? What last time? I don't know. Well, there's something familiar about this.
Look, some sort of box. But
How can it be familiar? I've never been here before.
Now, don't be so sure, Uncle Scrooge. Read this label. Nerve tonic, property of Scrooge McDuck. Ha! You have been here before. We all have.
Oh, my socks and shoes. Yeah, that mean.
Welcome back, Uncle Scrooge. Welcome back to Xanadu. Welcome back to Tra-la-la-la-la.
The lost had tra-la-la. It was where?
This matches the poem of Xanadu perfectly. Tra-la-la-la is twice 5 miles of fertile ground surrounded by rock walls and towering mountains with gardens bright with streams. Even the whirlpool is in the poem. The river sinks in tumult to a sunless sea and caves of ice.
Oh, this is Xanadu. Where is the treasure of Cuba clown escaped? These poor tra-la-la-la-lands claim to be so poor and simple. Huh? Aren't you worried, Uncle Scrooge? When you last left Tra-la-la-la, the natives weren't trying to lynch you. Oh, you're right. Let's get out of here. We can't. The ancient door locked and trapped us here.
Someone's coming.
We need the help of the Tra-la-la-lines to climb out of here. Hello. Remember me?
Huh? Oh, Mr. Duck, Mr. Scrooge, you have returned to Happy Valley. Welcome.
You're not still storing me.
Us, certainly not. Everything is back to normal now. Friendship is still what we value most.
Yeah, we do overjoy of your return. And I seek the treasure that goes with the soul crown. Have you ever seen?
Hey! The sign of the golden hole!
The crown of the evil Mongol Vedas. Seize him!
He sent down again! Brought another plague to a happy land!
First plain awful, and then now here. Uncle Scrooge, we can't take you anywhere. The ducks are taken to the Shoshambo, the High Lama's top aid. Mr. Scrooge, you have returned. I am La-di-da. Yeah, I remember you. I'm returning with you in the crown of the Khan Kublai, that which we rid ourselves of over 6 centuries ago. What is the meeting? That crown is the key to the entire treasure of the Mongol Empire, and it led me straight here. Why do you fib about there having no wealth here at all, tra-la-la? You know, we have no use for such worldly things. We believe in the riches of heart and mind. You're not answering the question.
Uncle Scrooge, our real concern is finding a way to get home.
Love, we again need porters and guides to help us climb out of here, of Tra-la-la. You are free to leave, but this time, your useless wealth will hire Tra-la-la lands guide who would have noticed to leave their happy homes. Then we're trapped. We can't find our way out of here alone.
We're prisoners of paradise.
Do you really wish to join that outer world of greed and crime-filled and unhappy, frustrated people? Are you the prisoners, or are they? You mean we should stay here forever? If you bring nothing with you this time which will upset the peace, we have no interest in that evil crown. Imagine a life of happiness and contentment. But I know these people are hiding something. Besides, they tried living a life of chronically here once before, and all heck broke loose. This time will be different. Just look. What could go wrong in a land of peace and harmony? Let's send on the drivel. We belong in civilization. Look at this backward place and all the farms and flowers and nature preserves. Oh, they might seem nice, living somewhere where there's a pollution free and where animals don't fear being shot on sight. But I guess, and look, work. If you live here, you'll be men back-breaking labor, building your own home, growing your own food. Oh, sure. I recall my days from the Klondike. I started a good day's work if you, especially in such idyllic towns, idyllic surroundings. But Donald, Huey, Louie, Dewey. It didn't take long for them to be swept up in the tra-la-la's joyous life. I mean, wretched life of misery and...
Master Scrooge, my mother told me she remembers you as a man of greatness.
Yes, child, I'm the world's richest duck. Your mother was impressed by all my money.
No, my mother said you were good at fixing dollies. I broke a little arm.
I didn't recall helping kids fix broken dolls on my last visit. I used to fix my own two sisters' dolls back home in Scotland when I was your age. That was long ago. Alrighty then. Get to learn more about his family. He has 2 sisters. I'll have to look up his lineage one times. Long ago. Life was different again. When I was your age, back in Scotland.
I don't know what money is, Master Scrooge, but I am sure having it does not make you a bad man.
No, not so bad, I guess. Yeah, where was I? I can't recall. You know, this place just kind of reminds me of the Scottish countryside. Oh, not the fishing here as good as Scotland. A wicked troll is enough to melt the frostiest of hearts, and even that of the world's richest duck. This is the life. And it's been days since I even thought about the treasure of whoever it was. I don't know it was about this valiant, but I have felt so strong and healthy since my youth. Donald, how are you this wonderful morning? How about did you build the house, I see? I sure am, Uncle Scrooge. I'm good at it, too. I don't seem to constantly mess things up now that I'm free from all the pressures and responsibilities of Duxburg. Well, where are the kids? Shouldn't you be watching them? Oh, get off my back. They're entertaining themselves at the big library there. Meanwhile, sure enough,
Tra-la-la must have been a center of culture in the days of Marco Polo. Lots of these ancient books and manuscripts were thought lost since the Library of Alexandria burned. Look at this, man. And the manuscript written by the Pliny the Elder in 33 and volume whatever that is, and page of blah 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 in the last paragraph. A fact not in the Junior Woodchucks manual and the Reservoir of Exhaustible Knowledge. Wow!
La-di-da invites the ducks to tea and asks how they're adjusting to happiness. So you say when Kublai Khan learned of Tra-la-la, he moved in? Sadly, yes. It was a dark time in its history. Kublai loves nature and science, and and his warlord days made Tra-la-la their secret retreats. But they made slaves of our people. Jeepers! What finally happened? One day he left and never returned, and his generals took their secret of Tra-la-la to their graves. Wait, you murdered them? What the heck? Years passed, and we ultimately got rid of all evidence of Kublai Khan's evil occupation.
So that's how the crown got outside of the valley. It floated down the river in its teakwood box.
How did Kublai bully his way in here? Couldn't your people simply seal the cave entrance? Alas, no. They lived under the terrible threat. Kublai sealed the entrance himself, and beyond that awful door, he guarded a mechanism of destruction. Brr, what was it? What was it? It was a device he said would stop the flows of our sacred whirlpool and flood the Tra-la-la to the mountaintops. And there it is.
while we were waiting this whole entire story. There's always a catch.
Uh-oh. The sluice gate was closed so we could cross the river. Did we reopen it?
No, I left it shut.
Uh-oh.
When that huge cavern finally fills up with water, things will start to get dampened around here. We gotta go
back and open that sluice.
and fast. That's a lot. We have leisure stuff and relaxing junk to attend to in a hurry. If you excuse us. Of course. I must deal with the commotion that is outside. By the powers of Maliku, the ripper has stopped. Oh no. Ah, man, gave duck feathers. We've done it again. If we don't destroy this valley one way, we'll do it another.
I take back the keys. The water is already rising. The whirlpool carried a lot of the glacial runoff.
Oh, Carmelina. What is all this water? It took your top of flows again.
No, the sacred river overflows the banks.
I will pour his fleas. Honorable Scrooge, do you know anything about this? So sorry. No speaking your lingo. As fast as the 10 web feet can carry half of many ducks and our heroes right back down to the cave to the underwater ground river. Oof.
Right. That's an order the old bar didn't happen to rust away in the past week.
How can you see through that middle space?
The sluice gate just shut, okay? And if there was some doubt, we'll climb over the mountains and come back of the tunnel.
Oh, there's no time. By tomorrow, they'll all call this valley Trolla Lake. Anyone who can talk underwater, that is.
The only answer is to cut through that bar with a metal saw.
But there's no metal in Trolla.
Let's tell Lottie down the truth. Maybe he can think of something.
But La-di-da can only suggest they consult the leader of Trolla, the High Lama. We never saw him last time. He speaks only through me, except in the worst of emergencies. Tra-la-la, la-di-da. So what's the llama's name? Lama Dama Ding Dong? No, it's a Sanja Fi. What a straight person you are. The High Lama resides in Gampa, overlooking the valley. Kublai Khan built this place when he invaded.
Yes, it's just like in the broom. His attitude to Kublai Khan said the pleasure dome decree.
Hurry. Soon they are in their duck king in the main hall of the lamastery, standing before a wizened ancient figure, the High Lama Tralala. Oh, my trusted Etosu, battle threatening the valley. The Khan's device of doom is in motion. You got it. High and unless you can cover up some metal, we have no way to stop the submersion of Tralala. That can't be bluffed. I can tell by the way the people reacted when I showed them the crown secret that they're all being kept in this valley. There'd be metal in the treasure of the Mongol Empire. You better spill the beans. Beans? Why, son? I thought it was metal you sought.
What does Uncle mean, sir, is that there's no time for secrets?
Oh, you are wise, little one. You must disclose our mysterious ways. But living in this wondrous land is plenty amid our other creed. We have learned to keep secrets, tra-la-la-la. Like all those beauties, lies at the mercy of those who know not how to value in tra-la-la-la-la.
Brother, he's got that right. but it must help us stop the flood.
You are correct, child. I must tell you the truth. There is metal on Tralala. There's a great deal of metal brought here by us years ago. It's kept hidden in a subterranean vault. You hear that? The treasure of Kublai Khan. I noticed that. I can smell the gold nearby. Easy, Uncle Scrooge. I thought you forgot about the treasure. Bah! I was loaded and stupid by this boring place.
Your luminous. We need that metal.
I will take you to the vault. Walk this way. I'd rather walk this way. Treasure, treasure. Tra la 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 da di da. All right. Who see what the evil metal does to people? It brings up brain fever. There is a vault of gold, as you call it, and it will help save your valley. Please take all you wish. Gold, gold, wonderful gold. There's a treasure of Kublai Khan, and it's begging me to take it. They steal my heart. Unnecessary zoom.
Yeah, gasp. Look, it's more Vanessa than we ever dreamed. What's
one side? Let me see. Let me see. Oh no! How do we figure this out? Oh, how do you figure this is better than you hoped?
Gold would have been too soft for making tools. We need steel, and now I have plenty.
Scrooge is dead.
Steel bottle caps.
As the same bottle caps that nearly destroyed Tralala years earlier now may help save the legendary valley. Keep pumping. The fire must be hot to melt those caps.
Okay, it's morning. Stop bringing it into the claymores. We'll need several blades to saw through the iron bars on those doors. There, now we'll use one blade to file the teeth that we have. Others will have exhaust.
I carved the holder with a handle.
We're in business. La-di-da, there's something for us outside.
The High Lama says to read the robot constructed for you. So that you would need such a craft. Is that a turtle? Turtles are amphibious. I guess he's gonna float on his shell.
Just read his canoe perfect. It'll float even if it gets swamped. Faster, Uncle Donald. We need to hurry into that cave.
Hey, don't go without me. You're a catch.
We hardly need Genghis Khan's crown from this mission, Uncle Scrooge.
Yeah, but I'm looking ahead. Oh no. Oh no, the guy's holding his daughter. They look so funny up around that little thing. They look like the creatures from Bone. Oh, look, there's the mice. I told you, there's always mice in these things too. Having to get the doors up and but we can't raise a sluice gate. We'll have to flee down the underground riverbed, and I'm not leaving my crown behind.
We would never abandon the Tralala lines like that. Oh no, we were afraid of this lurk.
The cave is nearly submerged. Great rocket balls. Now what? Oh, sorry, that's the wrong one. Great rocket balls. Now what?
Maybe the inner caves are still have air pockets. Hurry, Uncle Donald.
Me? Why me?
Because you're the biggest and strongest. We kids could never raise that heavy sluice gate.
Go. I suppose they're right. It's up to me.
Good luck, Uncle Donald.
So far, so good. The cave slopes up and then down. The lower levels will still be dry. I need to saw through that bar on the other side of these doors fast. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Suffer, Catfish, here comes the floodwater. How do I get into these tight spots? Meanwhile,
The cave is completely submerged. Let's get back from it, or we'll be sucked down with the water. And if Uncle Donald gets those doors open.
if that they may win.
Hang on, everybody! Uncle Donald is going to get that whirlpool going again.
Please to hurry. Our crops are underwater. Our homes are floating away. Our livestock is treading water. Yes, some pretty soon things are going to get serious. What are those ducks in our valley? Our happy valley, things seem to get very unhappy. Have you noticed? Meanwhile, things are also getting rather unhappy for Donald as he saws feverishly at the iron bar holding the ancient doors. Look, this is my last saw blade. My last breath of air. That's it for the oxygen supply. It's now or never. Whoosh. Whoosh. Ah, phew, I made it. But I still have to open the sluice or I'll be spinning my wheels. It's no use. I can't do it alone. Yet living in Tralala this week, free from irritants like Gladstone Glander and the neighbor Jones, I was able to do anything right for a change. I could do anything if I truly set my heart on it. And it's up to me alone, to save the kids and Uncle Scrooge and all Tralala. I can do it. I must do it. I will do it. Donald Duck to the rescue! I love that pose. I think I hurt myself. Look, the Wapo has started again. The ducks did it. They saved Tralala. Oops. What's happening?
Yahoo! Uncle Donald got through. He opened the sluice gate.
There goes his crown. Away! Show school! Show Donald!
Everything will be back to normal soon. The water's draining fast. Yes, mighty fast.
What are you doing? How do we return to our lives as happy Tralalans?
Uh-oh, not quite. We still have one little problem. The whirlpool. We're being stepped into it.
How do I slaughter the goddess? There's no not to save us this time.
Hold on to your pit feathers. Here we go. Wow! I wish I hadn't eaten such a heavy breakfast. Blech.
I made it. I'm still afloat.
That was just the beginning of this ride. Here comes the sluice gate.
There. There, nobody will ever shut the sluice gate again. But how will I get back across the river? I'm myself an exile from paradise. You know, I can swing across like a Doug Zan movie? No, the chain is too short. That doesn't. I'll never see Huey, Dewey, or Louie, or Uncle Scrooge. Ooch. Womp.
Uncle Donald!
What happened? This is all your fault, nephew.
Why did you wait until we were sure before you pulled the drain plug?
Oh, to another one. We're going on a fast boat to China.
The ducks swim downriver is much faster than their journey up the river. Several hours later,
Look, we're approaching the cave where we entered this ancient aqueduct in our trek.
get ready to jump off this water roller coaster. That cave is our only hope.
No, wait, look. The first flood surge collapsed the cave. No one will ever enter or leave Tra-La that way again. Now what do we do?
Oh, sorry, this is Scrooge. No, never let enter or leave Tra-La that way again. No, that's what we do. The only answer is to hang on and ride it out until they've been rushing through this tunnel for hours. When will this ever come out?
Oh, there's your answer. We do come out, we go under. River's pouring down through an airless passage. Holy Hannah!
Mind that one that's flashing before my eyes.
Look out! Shh.
Switch to a certain public fountain in the village in the Kashmir Highlands of India.
Oh, my father, I am throwing a money stone into sacred spring.
Yes, make a wish, my son.
I wish I knew how my stone bounces in the water. Is it bad omen?
Cholamonga. People, help them. Yes. Doink. Oh, I couldn't have held my breath another second.
Where's Uncle Donald? I saw him swept into another channel.
Hey, please don't be getting out of the trough, Sahib. You are making my mayaki nauseous.
Well, Tra-La is safe.
But Faye flushes out.
We better stay out, and we in that valley cause each other's bad luck.
Not much for that. My pack with the clown of Genghis Khan, it must have fallen overboard. You just noticed that? Lost in an underground river. That's about as lost as it can get. The treasure of the Mongol Empire wasn't even Tra-La, as expected, and now let him lose my crown. This has not been a good trip. Maybe. Sometimes greed loses more than it gains.
Right now, Uncle Scrooge.
Whew. I feel like I could use a vacation after all that. A vacation? You never taken a vacation in your life. I do, but I have the strange yen to pay a visit to the Green Hills of Scotland. But the crown fell over before the ducks were swept over in the whirlpool. For even now, back in the sunny, somewhat soggy valley of Tra-La-La,
Masala, I found this snap pack lying in my rice paddy.
oh, the Mongol crown! It is a mystery of how those ducks had this thing. Our ancestors discarded it all in such remnants of the terrible Kublai Khan. And now even the hero ducks have been lost due to the power of this wicked relic. Back to the sacred whirlpool with this corrupting bubble. May never again return. Oh my gosh. So that's where the gold was. I was wondering. Wow. That's something. All right. I'm going to pause it here and see what you guys are doing in the studio here. Do, 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 do.
All right, I think I'm gonna end it right here, so I can go get some food. Alrighty then. I hope you guys are having fun. We'll continue this next week, I believe, and then yeah, I'm only at 85 pages out of 194, so I could probably get at least 2 more live streams in, 2 more Saturdays of this book. All right, but hello to Desert Rose. You're still there? Where do you get the comic from? In Google Maps, on Amazon. This is on Comixology. It's a service you pay for $8 a month. You don't have to have Amazon Prime or anything like that. It's a separate thing. It's just you just pay $8 a month, and you have access to basically with your account to basically read unlimited comic books as much as you want. But also there's also ones that you have to pay for, but they're like 99 cents. Some are like, if they're big trades volumes or omnibuses. Like this one was $20 for digital. It is $100 to $125 book normal if you buy the hardcover. I don't know if they have soft covers. I've never really looked, but yeah, you can go to in stock trades. Sometimes you'll find comic books in there for like 40. I know they have right now DC comic books are 40% off. I'm not sure what the Fantagraphics are, what their price are, but usually they're pretty much like pretty decent price compared to buying full price because they have overstock. And then yeah, you could also check your local comic book store. Sometimes they can order right through their comic suppliers. So alrighty, spoiled dogs and horses. Yeah, they were in the first story. And Elote through dragon. Arf, my feet are cold from the snow. Oh, you had to go outside, go potty? Yeah, it's cold outside. Oof. Nope. We got here DuckTales. Woohoo. We got here treasure digging, the second oldest occupation. That's how the first Uncharted game started. He was just looking for treasure. And then inking. Cool. What are you inking? And this Uncle Scrooge is cheap. Me when I'm reading. I'm not sure what part that was. Probably it's somewhere near Xanadu. That's the joke. Make big turtles should be fine in the water, but this one isn't. Yeah, I know. I just think it looks so dumb. It's funny. I haven't used in-stock trade in years. What do you use, Austin? Or do you just go straight to your comic book store? But all right, though. All right. If you haven't already subscribed, please do that. If you're watching on the vertical stream, there was a link that goes straight over to the horizontal one, which the one I've been reading the comments from while I was reading. Yeah, so subscribe, hit the like button, and stay tuned. At 9 p.m. Eastern, where the girls are going to join me, the Lesters and Marania and MKF 30. We're going to be reading the next 2 issues of the TMNT, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Saturday Morning Adventures, issues 3 and 4 of the 2023 still ongoing run right now. So we finished the Archie comic ones. Now we're going into the what do we call it, the IDW ones series. It's been fun. Just a fantastic book. I already own most of the books. I've been buying the floppies that come out since then, and they're hilarious. I'm making this Achilles pictures I've been working on a few days, turn it into a cover of the Leland. I don't know, when I read Achilles, I thought like, oh, I'm inking a picture of Achilles tendon. What? So, all right. See you at the Turtles. All right. See you guys later. Have a good night. If you guys said go do something else, we'll be back. Yeah. Later.